Okay, picture this. Have you ever heard of a medieval Manhattan? Imagine a tiny hilltop town in Tuscany, Italy, just bristling with skyscrapers, but we're not talking about the 21st century. We're talking about the 12th. Welcome to the incredible San Gimignano.
So, what's the big mystery here? It's really this. Why on earth would a small community build an absolutely staggering 72 towers? They created a skyline that honestly looks more at home in our modern world than it does in the Middle Ages. And the answer, as you're about to see, is pretty fascinating. To figure this out, we've got to journey back in time to this amazing hilltop town in Tuscany. This isn't just a story about buildings, it's really a story about human nature. Because, look, while these towers definitely had a practical side, the real reason they exist, it's something much more primal. Something that, let's be honest, still drives us today. Pure, unadulterated ambition.
All right, so let's get into what this was really all about. This was not some coordinated, well-thought-out city planning project. No way. This was a fierce, no-holds-barred competition between the town's most powerful families. It was, and I mean this quite literally, a race to the top.
Now, what's so interesting here is the contrast. On paper, the towers were all about defense, right? They gave you a strategic view of the countryside. But the real driver, it was pure status. The higher your tower, the more powerful and influential your family looked. It was the medieval version of owning the tallest building in New York or Dubai.
So how in the world did they build so high back then? Well, they used the cutting-edge technology of their day, Gothic architecture. These brand new techniques, like the pointed arch you can see, let them reach for the sky in ways that were just impossible before.
But get this, the competition didn't just stop with height. These towers weren't just impressive from the outside. The families who built them also crammed them full of incredible art and wild architectural details to really show off their wealth and, their sophisticated taste.
Every single one of the 72 towers had its own unique vibe. They were decked out with these stunning Gothic features like ribbed vaults that were both for support and for sheer beauty, and even these intricate, beautiful mosaics made from stone, glass, and ceramic. I mean, this was luxury on an absolutely massive scale.
And the flexing didn't stop there. Inside, you'd find these gorgeous frescoes showing what everyday life was like. A lot of these families were huge patrons of the arts, commissioning works from masters like Cimabue and Giotto. The whole town, especially its main church, basically became a living, breathing art gallery.
And this just brilliantly sums up the town's insane legacy. The architectural ideas that were born out of this medieval rivalry were so powerful they actually went on to influence some of the greatest minds of the Renaissance. We're talking about Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci.
So, why does this small town, with its 14 remaining towers, matter so much to us today? Well, it's because it's a perfectly preserved time capsule of a really pivotal moment in our history. You can see the whole journey laid out right here. It all starts with that tower-building frenzy in the 12th century, that it flourishes as this major art hub, all the way up to 1990, when the entire world officially recognized just how special it is by naming it a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
So, here's the bottom line. San Gimignano isn't just another pretty town. It stands today as one of the most important and incredibly well-preserved examples of medieval urban life and architecture in all of Italy. And that's saying something, in a country famous for its history.
And that brings us to today. This marvel, frozen in time, isn't some dusty ruin behind a rope. Nope, it's a living, breathing town that you can actually go and explore for yourself.
And boy, do people explore it. The town's incredible story and just its stunning beauty attract over 2 million visitors every single year. It's one of the most popular spots in the entire country. And if you go, the town really invites you to experience its history firsthand. You can take a guided tour to hear all the dramatic stories of those family rivalries. You can climb all the way to the top of a tower for a truly mind-blowing view, and then you can dive into the museums to see all the amazing art and artifacts up close. Oh, and here's a fun little tidbit for you. If the town looks even a little bit familiar, there's a pretty good reason why. Its iconic skyline has actually been used as a backdrop in some major productions, everything from the Da Vinci Code to Game of Thrones. All of this leaves us with one final thought. The families of San Gimignano built towers to project their power and influence. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Nearly 1,000 years later, what are the towers that we build today to signal our own status to the world?